Welcome to the Lotus channel. We are joining you again with the portal or the headline Transaction. What is this transaction all about? We are going to speak here. Before that, be prepared. We have explained you in more than 25 videos as to how we should get prepared before we get into a relaxing or meditating activity. So hereafter we are not going to explain how we are going to be prepared. Instead, we just come to our lesson for the day. Take few seconds. Get prepared now. We know our life is not a straight line. What do you mean by the straight line? It does not flow in the same way every day. Certain days you feel good, bad. You have the winter and the summer. You have joyful events, sad events, birthday parties, you go to funeral parlors. This is what our life is all about. Imagine a person who disgraces you. And also a person who appreciates you. You're happy about a person who appreciates you, but you're not happy about a person who disgraces you. We'll take like this. In your workplace, you have the drivers, security officers, maybe accountants or cashiers or anybody. Now the driver does his work, which is driving. Cashier does his work. Manager does his work. Now does the manager has anything to do with what the cashier does? No, because they are engaged in their separate own unique work. The security person has nothing to do with what the chef does. Isn't it the same way that you have nothing to do with the person who disgraces you? Isn't it the same way that you have nothing to do with the person who appreciates you? So all these things are uncontrollable. Don't you see that there is a natural eco-balancing there, and then we don't have anything to do. If we interfere into that, then there will be a problem. We imbalance them. Yeah, I can hear some of you say we need further explanation. Yeah, I am going to do that. Imagine like this. We have tree lovers or nature lovers, animal lovers. In the meantime, simultaneously, there are people those who cut down trees, kill animals, destroy the nature. Can you remember I told you manager has nothing to do with what the security officer does, because they are doing their own unique task. The same way, the nature lover has nothing to do with the person who destroys the nature, because two different people are doing their own tasks. Whether we like to accept or not, that is what it is. We have tried for a long time to change the world to preserve the environment. Did that help to stop the environmental degradation that is happening all around the world? No. These environmental groups, they continue their campaigns to protect environment. Good. In the meantime, those who destroy the environment, they continue to do the same. Here there are certain legislations must have come into operations to curb them. We do agree with that as well. We'll get another example. Food chain. We take an innocent animal like deer. Deer eats leaves. But when it comes to an animal like lion, deer is the prey of lion. That's how the food chain goes. We have nothing to do with that. We feel so sorry when a lion eats deer. But deer is the food of lion, and the trees of the leaves is the food of food of deer. So all are creations of Mother Nature. Natural balancing is there. Actually, we should love lion, because lion does not eat leaf. It somehow or other helps preserving the jungle, whereas the deer clears the jungle eating all the leaves. But due to the innocent nature of the deer, we love deer, and due to the ferocious nature of the lion, we are greatly afraid of the lion. Don't you think that the transactions are automatically paid off for? And here we have nothing to do with that, because everything is uncontrollable and unintentional. You have seen very many number of people in the hospitals or deathbeds yearning for their lives. Doctors, medical teams, paramedics, all together try their level best. Amidst all these efforts, people die. People die. Imagine if a human cannot save another human from the death, can we save another person from another animal from its death? No, we can't. Sometimes we are trying to do so, but naturally it's not. There will be a certain circumstance for the respective animal or the person to meet his or its death, because that's a natural phenomenon. It's an uncontrollable or unintentional transaction. If the things are as such, had the human race succeeded in saving so-called animals, or could be even the natural environment, could be water, air, land. As I said to you earlier, when there are a certain section of the society or the world to protect the environment, simultaneously more numbers are there to over-exploit the environment. So exploiters do their work, preservers do their work. Preservers have nothing to do with exploiters. Exploiters have nothing to do with the work of the preservers. This is the kind of transaction we are explaining here. Sometimes with the things I have told you, certain section of the people would not be happy or they wouldn't agree. Once again I tell you, there is nothing to agree or disagree. It's just to turn into your insight and see whether what I have said is true or not. Once again, not to gain any more additional information or knowledge, just to take this transaction as a portal for your spiritual well-being or advancement. Throughout this presentation, what I was trying to tell you was that we are trying to change things, but truly we don't want to do that, because natural balancing is automatically there. If you are trying to do something that ends up with imbalancing something, to simply say, when an innocent animal is born into the world, somewhere the animal's killer is also born. Somehow they meet, and then the transaction is coming to an end. We say, I have never thought to get married such and such a person from such and such a country, but now we are living very happily. It was kind of very haphazard incident. Had I not been to the museum on that day, which was completely unintentional, unplanned, I wouldn't have this kind of wonderful wife or husband now. We see like that. You see. You see how transactions are taking place. It could be the other way around as well. If I had not gone to the cinema on that day, I wouldn't have met this person who created such and such a havoc in my life, people say. This is the nature of transaction. One more example, in 2004, when tsunami wave devastated so many countries in the Asian region, This happened in Sri Lanka. The coastal belt of Sri Lanka was devastated. Everybody knows. Do you know some people, those who are those who eternally lived in the coastal belt, went into the hill country or the mountainous areas on that particular day, and those who were in this central part of the country or hilly region, they came down to the down south. So those who came got caught and they died. Those who went from the coastal area to the hilly region, they saved their lives. No one ever knew that this kind of thing would happen. If you think like this, you will have uncountable number of examples how these transactions are taking place in our day-to-day life. It's just a matter of identifying that. When you identify as many as examples like this, you yourself will be pretty much clear. Yeah, here we have nothing to do. Things are naturally or automatically happening. It's a matter of just accepting it, surrendering it, to be happy with what happens, whatever happens. That's about transaction. Take few minutes to see whether your inner transformation or spiritual transformation had taken place, making use of this as a gateway. Transaction as a gateway. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.